Alright, today we're going to talk about an old thing that I didn't think I needed, but realized I did once the summer came and my friends started to complain about my AC and fans and my dogs being too loud, and unfortunately, the solution that I think I had didn't work, but the backup also didn't work, so I got an email that told me it could be fixed by that, so here we are. The Mod Mic Wireless. Let's check it out on your boot sequence. This is the Mod Mic Wireless. Now, you probably heard about Mod Mic before. It's made by Antlion Audio, and their OG wired Mod Mic was pretty game-changing. Add a mic to any pair of headphones without having to worry about sacrificing sound quality. The problem with the OG Mod Mic is that, well, if your headphones are wireless, you now have to have a wire. This solves this problem. Now, it's not new. I believe this wireless model came out in like 2018, but I have yet to find an alternative for a wireless mic that doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. Plus, I think that the Mod Mic Wireless is due for an update, so I'm gonna give Antlion some feedback here. Now, why wireless? You're at your desk, you don't need wireless, right? Wrong. If your internal DAC is trash, or if your cable needs to be longer than 6 feet long, or if you want to play VR, you don't necessarily want an extra cable running from the headset to, well, your computer. So yeah, in the box you'll find, wow, this is actually kind of premium. You have a rubber leatherette style pouch that houses everything. In it, you got some documentation, and here we go. We got the main dish, the Mod Mic. You also get a cable for charging the Mod Mic, an extra cable extension, although I believe this is specifically for the receiver so that you can keep line of sight on it. That way you'll know if you're actually muted. You also get 2 headphone magnet stickers and 2 replacement adhesive pads for those magnet stickers. This thing is compatible with Windows, Mac, and Linux, but when it comes to consoles though, only the PS4 and PS5 are compatible, so it's something to keep in mind. The build quality is great in my opinion. I mean, the worst that this will take is being gently placed on a desk or stand. You have a button on the Mod Mic itself for a quick mute. When you press it, the receiver lights up so you can tell when you're on mute. The mic has 2 modes, cardioid, which will pick up mostly what's in front of it, and omnidirectional, which should help pick up other sounds around you. Don't know why you would want that when gaming, since, you know, a keyboard is pretty loud, but it's there. So let's hear this thing in action. First, a regular sound test with various degrees of hardware.
Sometimes I sleep with some small sintered copper contraptions with finicky fins to keep cool during the winter's windy nights. My pal Perry patiently explained that he caught me.
Sometimes I sleep with some small sintered copper contraptions with finicky fins to keep cool during the winter's windy nights. My pal Perry patiently explained that he caught me. Sometimes I sleep with some small sintered copper contraptions with finicky fins to keep cool during the winter's windy nights. My pal Perry patiently explained that he caught me. Sometimes I sleep with some small sintered copper contraptions with finicky fins to keep cool during the winter's windy nights. My pal Perry patiently explained that he caught me. Sometimes I sleep with some small sintered copper contraptions with finicky fins to keep cool during the winter's windy nights. My pal Perry patiently explained that he caught me. Sometimes I sleep with some small sintered copper contraptions with finicky fins to keep cool during the winter's windy nights. My pal Perry patiently explained that he caught me. Now, before we continue, I just wanted to add that this thing is quite sensitive when we're talking about wireless interference. So interference from a router, from cell phones. In my case, I had quite a bit of trouble because my light is running out of RF. I have Bluetooth lights. I have a Wi-Fi router, a computer right next to it, a NUC here, but I think that one's disconnected. I have a computer over there that's running off Wi-Fi. I am surrounded by Wi-Fi devices at all times, and a lot more than most people. So that might be why I had a little bit of trouble, but I ended up just turning off the computers that I wasn't using, and now the audio quality is fine. No more snap, crackles, or pops. So yeah, out of all of the headsets that I could find, the Mod Mic Wireless performed the best. The sound is super clear in both the omnidirectional and cardioid patterns. It does feel a little bit crushed, but compared to the others, the Mod Mic wins hands down. The Void sounds tinny, small, and like it would crumble when your voice gets loud. The Razor, for some reason, made me sound stuffy as hell, also a little tinny, and the Cooler Master was alright, but it still has that built-in mic sound quality. quality, and the mind frame was just full of hiss and had barely any range. So in this case, the Mod Mic wins hands down. It's also more expensive, but it's still the better mic. As for the latency, Mod Mic claims 34 milliseconds, but ultimately it's unnoticeable and doesn't really matter given that this is a microphone and you're not hearing yourself when you're gaming. You should be way more worried about the latency on your wireless headphones. Personally, my issue was that during the summer, I have an AC and fans running, and my dogs bark at anything that crosses the window, and to my teammates, it can be pretty rough. Take a listen.
Okay, so now that we're at home, I have my AC running, my fan that I use, and I'm going to play some sounds that my dog made the other day while I was on the computer. So, yeah, it sounds weird. It's because she's very anxious, let's just say. So yeah, this is with the Black Shark, the one that I use at home, and we're going to switch to the Mod Mic in a second. Yeah, it's background noises. Now we're in the same recording environment, and I'm just going to play the dog sounds. But this is obviously the Antlion Mod Mic Wireless. Yeah, so my dog. Anyways, so this is a test, 1, 2, 3. This is a test, 1, 2, 3. As you heard, the main difference is the sound quality. Obviously, the Antlion Mod Mic does pick up more, so you can hear the AC better, you can hear the fan more, you can hear the dog more, but that's all great because with something like AMD's noise suppression or NVIDIA Broadcast, that's more information for that software to do their job.
So yeah, the Mod Mic is really impressive, but is it worth the price? This thing sells for between $120 and $140 US. That's a hefty premium to go wireless. I'm not gonna lie, for the extreme convenience and the huge jump in sound quality compared to the other major wired headsets that I've tried, this thing sounds amazing and actually lasts the 12 plus hours that it advertises. I believe the max I got was something around 15. So yeah, it's worth it. But I do have my fair share of feedback for Antlion's next Mod Mic Wireless. First of all, USB Micro B. Stop. No more. This doesn't deserve to be on a $140 product in 2022. Upgrade that to USB Type-C, and please include a Type-A to Type-C adapter here. Laptop gaming is getting better and better, and USB Type-A's on them rarer and rarer. Second point, I'd like to see one with more steps. I don't know if this is because your engineers thought that it was more secure that way, but I feel that the magnet is plenty strong, and only being able to rotate the headset 90 degrees is a little stiff, and the neck of the mic is not long enough to make, adjustments like that. Including a 45 or even a 60 degree detent would have been better in my opinion. The third feedback, cable clips. For the receiver, you only get one. Well, what if I wanted to move the cable somewhere else in the future? Well, what you're telling me is that I only have one chance to make that decision. I'd like to see at least like 5, just to manage the 6-foot cable that you guys are giving us. This thing is not cheap, just don't skimp out. Plus, if I specifically wanted extra magnets to, let's say, have 2 pair of headphones and a place to just, mount the Mod Mic, I don't know, on my computer or something, well, I would end up having to pay an extra $23 Canadian with shipping to get extra magnets shipped to Canada. Just include more, like 5 or 6. So yeah, that's it for my feedback. It's pretty minor stuff, but it makes the experience of owning a premium product much, much better. Antlion actually got back to me on all the feedback that I gave to them and said that these are all things that they're actually considering for the next version. So that's pretty cool. So my conclusion is, you don't really have many choices in this category, at least in the wireless department, but thankfully the Mod Mic Wireless is a high quality product. So there you go. As usual, you can click right here to see the latest video, right here to subscribe to the channel. Stay frosty, my dudes, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.